probably the best youth tournament, you know, I've certainly been involved in.
I enjoyed the Third. It was my first major tournament as a schoolboy.
It's like being little superstars.
Played against a lot of good clubs and against a lot of good up-and-coming players.
I think it's a great place to nurture footballers.
One of youth football's most prestigious tournaments, the Northern Ireland Milk Cup, entering its 22nd year, finally played host to Chelsea. The Blues were treading new ground as Brendan Rodgers' young side headed northwest of Belfast to compete with some of the best youth sides in the world.
It's an event which we have been progressing over this past 23 years, and I think now it's coming to be known as a top international event in world soccer. It's not a matter of just, I think, football ability any longer. It's off the pitch, how the boys behave, they're basically the quality of the boy, how the boy his attitude is towards the overall aspect of the club. A lot of things, you know, I think the coaches see, which maybe perhaps in an academy situation they wouldn't be perhaps, you know, noticeable. But this week I think the boys are really under the spotlight by the coaches, and it's a great development, a great bonding for the teams that come. I was just recounting yesterday with someone about Joe Cole. Joe played here for West Ham in his West Ham days on 2 occasions and became player of the tournament on 2 occasions, which has never been beaten by anyone else.
The people there are great. I'm looking forward to going back there with England. I've not been to Northern Ireland since, and I'm looking forward to going back and hopefully seeing a few old friends.
The people are very friendly, no matter what the image sometimes is of the province. I think that's one thing the teams just take away, the warmth of the people. It gets tremendous support right across the province from both communities. I mean, everyone gets involved in the Cup, and politics are, thank goodness, left aside for the full week. When I heard Brendan actually had been appointed, I must say the first call I made was to Brendan Rodgers. Brendan played in the Milk Cup on 3 occasions with the county team, with County Antrim. Very successful player. There's people actually remember Brendan playing, so he was a very successful player. And as soon as I rang Brendan, I can tell you, it hadn't stopped from there. I'm just personally so delighted that not only is a local Ulster man representing Chelsea, but Chelsea are here, the massive name in world soccer, and we're delighted to have them.
Shortly after landing, it was off to Coleraine for the opening ceremony and the chance to size up potential opposition. A boisterous and colourful affair, an estimated 25,000 took to the streets to welcome 52 sides from all over the globe. The parade finished at Coleraine Showgrounds, where the young Blues were hoping to return to on Friday for the final. Tuesday's opponents Feyenoord looked an easier proposition than expected, but the roar was evident when Chelsea were introduced. The morning after, it had clearly had an effect on the players.
Yeah, it was amazing, like, to see how many fans and how well they really take this tournament and how big it is, considering I only heard about it about a month ago, and then I'll come here now and then you don't realise how big it is till you get here.
Great experience really, with all the fans and stuff walking up the street, good people, good atmosphere, it's excellent.
You consider what the first team must go through, because that was just chaos, like there was loads of people there up and down, but it was really good.
Always expecting a little crowd, not many people really, yeah, but it's just amazing really.
We are ready to take our team to the next level now, and hopefully see how we can test against the best other teams in the world across the countries.
An 18-strong squad of scholars and schoolboys were to compete in the under-18 Premier section of the Milk Cup. The formalities of receiving their shirt numbers included a lesson on those that had worn the prestigious blue jersey before them.
You'll be allocated a number here now, alright, which will then be your squad number for the whole tournament. Now for me it's very, very important, because you are the future of this football club. Okay, and hopefully over the years some of you will go on and represent the first team at bigger tournaments than this year. But for this year, this is the best youth tournament in the world. So if You are the future of the club. However, I think it's also important that you know the minute you pull the jersey on tomorrow evening, former players that have also wore the shirt that you're going to wear over this tournament. Okay, so squad number 18, okay, will be worn by Tom Lishkoff. The players in number 18, we had Wayne Bridge, who scored the goal on the Champions League quarter-final at Arsenal. Peter Osgood, England international. Kerry Dixon, England international. Following in those footsteps for the future, Scott Sinclair, number 9. Right, number 8. A host of players wore this shirt for Chelsea in the past. Okay, none other than our own at the moment, Frank Lampard. And added to that, the number 8 shirt for Chelsea for the future is Lee Sawyer. Petr Cech, Premiership champion and Carling Cup winner, and kept 28 clean sheets in 48 games last season. Peter Bonetti was a youth team product, goalkeeper for 19 years, following the Cat, okay, as our number 1 player for the future for this tournament will be Rhys Taylor.
So, with squad numbers allocated, it was time to take to the streets as club representatives. Word had obviously got round that Chelsea were in town, and public relations were the name of the game, as the squad helped out with a few penalties for prizes. Skills that would serve them well later in the week.
We've never actually been here as a football club before, so to come out here and come to the local community and sort of put Chelsea on the map here, I think it's fantastic. Obviously on the football side of things, we're certainly gained some support from this, and hopefully if we perform well in the tournament, which I'm sure we will, it's just going to help our support grow here. It's a fantastic experience for our young players to come. 20,000 people, welcome here last night, and then to come here, there's a couple of hundred people ready to see the Chelsea, Milk Cup team here, take some penalties, and I think it's fantastic for the lads. What a great experience for them. I've been here 3 years previously, and Man United are the main attraction here. But I was told last night that we got the biggest cheer as we entered the showgrounds at Coleraine, and I think that we could be turning it. I think we could be turning it. I spoke to Brendan last night on the phone. Obviously I'm watching Feyenoord for him today, and I just said, how did the lads, take it? 20,000 people out to watch them. We've got some 15-year-old, 16-year-old players here. He said, I think they realise now how big this tournament is, and it is a massive tournament, and I'm sure it's now really G'd them up. Not that they weren't before, but I think they realise what they're at, and how big it can be for them. We are, quite hopeful that lads will do well. No pressure on the lads. We want them to enjoy themselves and have a fantastic experience. But the first couple of pre-season games, I've managed to watch them, and Brendan and the staff, we've been really delighted with what's going on there, and we're fingers crossed that the lads will do well. But at the end of the day, it's pre-season, and what we're building up for is the start of the season, and hopefully some of the boys pushing for the reserves and hopefully the first team. But this is a fantastic experience and a good step on the ladder for them.
Enjoy yesterday? Yeah. Brilliant. From now, the next time you get that elation, we'll baby one. So just throughout the week, just think of that feeling that you've got in your stomach now, where all the excitement from yesterday, all that superstar treatment, now our pre-season work begins. Well, not begins, but it continues in Northern Ireland. Okay, because now it's time to work.
When Arjen Robben and Michael Fossell accompanied youth team manager Brendan Rodgers to May's Milk Cup draw, they paired Chelsea with Dutch giants Feyenoord, and firstly Northern Irish side County Tyrone. It was a trip southwards to the showgrounds Ballymena for the first encounter. 15-year-old Welsh keeper Rhys Taylor started in goal, with Sam Hutchinson, who'd progressed through the ranks, at right back. Summer signing Ryan Bertram began at left back, with skipper Jack